All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening once again. How are we all doing? And how's your day? Happy Sunday. So I think we should just start. Others will join in later. All right. So to start with, like I said last week, today is going to be for practicals. Like I said, today is going to be for practicals, and yes. So assignment about the last week assignment. How many of us attempted to do it? How many of us did? Raise your hand if you did. About the research assignment I gave you guys. I'm expecting answers. Nobody did the assignments. Please unmute yourself. JT, Olushola, Mojola. No one did the assignments. Hello, am I audible? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Eh. So nobody did the assignments. JT, please unmute yourself and talk, please. JT Ob. Okay, Olushola.
Ah, like my partner did not message me like for the assignment.
And you did not message your partner.
I didn't even know her number on the WhatsApp group.
But
That's why the
I
other time
told
I was
everyone
asking.
to drop their
That's why I was
numbers.
asking. That's why I was asking the WhatsApp group that where's my partner. Like, if like she saw the message, she will have say I'm my partner because I never recognized her that day.
Why they dropped everyone dropped their number on the chat group. On the chat on Google Meets, everyone dropped their number. How come you didn't copy it?
Probably my mind was not there. I was thinking probably I will see meet her number in the WhatsApp group.
You know, we don't recognize ourselves on the group. She may think you are talking about someone else. So we don't recognize ourselves. That's why I said everyone should drop their number on this call group so that everyone will take notice of their partners on. All right. Olushola, what about you? Please unmute yourself and talk. Olushola, you too, your partner did not message you. Abi, you did not message your partner. Okay, who is your partner, JT? Or who is your partner? Olushola is your partner. Who did I pair you with last week? Promise. Okay. JT, I think I paired you with Mojola, right? Am I correct?
I can't actually remember the name of the person, but I don't think it's Monjola.
Ah, it is well. All right. So, did anyone even like attempt, even without partner or anything? Did anyone even attempt to like work on it? Or maybe you did research on your own and all. Did anyone attempt to do that? Nobody. All right. Well, I don't know. But actually that is not cool enough because um learning just the theory parts in UI UX, you have to learn the practical parts. Just because you might find it easy the way maybe I'm explaining all things, you might think, okay, this part is easy and all. Yeah, so you might think it's easy and all because just here should be just for me to do research, just ask questions and all. It does not just limit to that. It is more than that. By the time you start, that's when you know that, oh, this thing actually I need to practicalize it before when I actually need to practicalize it so that I can know it, I can know better. Just learning the theory parts is just the, let me say, it's like 30% or 40%. But actually practicalizing it, putting it into practice, it will make you understand more. So since no one did the assignments throughout the week, nobody even attempted, even if you did not see your partner, just instead of you to just look for someone, maybe your friends or anyone, and talk about make research, do the assignments together. Okay, it's fine. um so like I said last week, today is going to be for practicals. So let me share my screen and get right into it because we've spent much time. Yes, also the prototype we did last week, the practical aspects we did last week, how many people did theirs? So I'm going to check everyone's playground. But how many people attempted to do their own? Hello. I can see Shola's playground is empty. JT, I've not seen you on the playground. JT, are you not with your system, or I've not sent an invite to you because I can't find you on the playground? Or do you have another name?
Yes, my system is having issues. Apart from that, I did that on and off stuff. It has been having issues. So for now, I can't. I'm not able to use it. Probably by next week Tuesday to be repaired. Maybe this week.
Okay. Okay. All right, so let's just get right to it. Last week we started designing our input elements. We designed the radio button and we designed toggle button. So today I wanted us to design the checkbox and the slider, but and also I want us to start designing because yesterday I wish I just saying I'm saying I wish you guys can watch yesterday's video on UI design because yesterday I talked about UI design. No, we'll be talking about UX design. The next day we learned about UI design. And today I plan to start designing a landing page, even if it's hero section and the header, just to start designing landing page. That's why I had to teach the UI aspects yesterday since we've learned about the UX aspects. So Yeah, so let's quickly design the checkbox and also design maybe a slider or a progress bar. Yeah, so let me share my screen. All right, so can you guys see my screen? Can you all see my screen? All right, so let's quickly get right into it. All right, so we are going to design a checkbox today. Last week we stopped at checkbox. We are going to design a checkbox today um and slider. So actually, checkbox and radio button, they are like the same thing, but they have the same processes. But instead of us drawing an ellipse, we are drawing an ellipse. We are drawing a rectangle instead. So let's just quickly do that. Draw a rectangle. Then we need an icon. So we have plugins where we get our design elements, where we get our icons, where we get our images. Sometimes we get illustrations, we get images. Some that I think there's a plugin now that you can input videos. Then different things where you get your design elements. There are some plugins that make your work very easy. So instead of drawing icon from the start, just go to your plugin and insert your icon. So the first icon plugin is Iconify. I use Iconify. So what you do is to right click and go to your plugin here, then go to manage plugins. So on this manage plugin, just search for Iconify. Sorry, that's happened because I've been using it. Iconify. So on Iconify, you see something like this. When you see a logo with a smiley, this is Iconify. So click on it and it will load up. Then just look for maybe tick. Let's just say tick, like a checkbox. So we have different types. We give you different types based on the kind of products that you are designing. So I'm going to work with this. I'm going to pick this. Then come over here and import icon. So it's going to show on your playground. So I'm just going to input this. I'm just going to bring this here. Then this is our duplicate this. This will be for our unticked, while this is going to be for when it's ticked. So I'm just going to drag this in here and increase it a bit. Make sure it's in the center. Then I group the two. All right. So the next thing I will do now, as we all know, is to make this a frame selection, frame selection, then highlight the boats and create component sets. Hope we are not lost at this point. Can you guys still remember these steps? All right. So now the next thing we have to do here now, as we know, is to go to our prototype. We connect this, that when we click on this, we want it to change to this and it should be instant. And when we click on this, we want it to go back to this and it should be instant. So now what we are left to do is, so yesterday I talked about the other way that we can design our input elements. So the next thing I'm going to use that other one. The next thing we're going to do now is to just create a frame based because of you guys that were not here. So let me just use this other one. Just create a frame, pick any frame. So pick any frame, then write out different options. Let's say rise. Then bring your defaults. You duplicate your defaults, drag it in here. Then group those two. We group these two, then duplicate. Make this pins. Duplicate this as well. Make those apple and all. So let's just work with these three. Then when we prototype this, when we preview this, so let's preview. We can see now, very simple. Do we understand? Do we all understand? Any question? JT, Mojola, Olushola, please, I want you guys to just give me like, just talk because I cannot be switching from one screen to another. Any question? All right, so I'll take that silence as no question. So you can see that this is similar to how we design our radio button. Similar to how we design our radio button. So the next thing we are going to do without wasting time is to move to our slider. Yes, Olushola, I said I didn't see anything on your playground. Please unmute yourself and talk. I didn't see anything on your playground. Also, Olushola, are you here? Olushola, are you here? You've been busy. You have to create time since like we've had like 7 days or 8 days now since the last class. So you actually have to create time. Everyone is busy actually. Everyone is busy, but just at least from just create time to do that. Just create time to do that. Okay, so let's get right to the slider. So I'm sure that we have all seen, we all know what slider means, like a progress bar, right? We all know what slider means, like a progress bar. Please, I need responses now. If you don't know, let me know. If you know, say yes. If you don't know, say no. All right, so we're going to create a slider. So the first thing that we do is to draw a rectangle, then work with the corner radius. Yeah, this is nice. You work with the corner radius to 30, then you duplicate this and just click Ctrl D and reduce. Then make this one any color of your choice. So we are going to put a right up here. Let's say 10%. Let me reduce this. Okay. So let's say this is 10%. Then what we do is group all this together, Ctrl G, then make it a frame selection. So here I'm going to use the second component type, which is adding variants. So you create components, add your variants, add like, let's make it 10, 30, 20, 40, 50, 60. So let me bring this here. So let me keep adding variants. So this would be 10, 50, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay. All right. So we are going to start editing this. We have to start working on this. Increase this a bit. Bring this here. Make this 20. Increase this a bit. Make this 40. Make this 60. Then work with this. Make this 80. Oh, please, hope you guys can still see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So you work with this, then make this 100. So let me just put, yeah. All right, good. So now this is our components. Now we can make this like in two ways. We can make it like maybe after delay, we want it to change to this. Okay, when I click on it, I want it to change to this. When I drag it, I want it to change to this. Like you can make the interactions drag, after delay, or click. So since we all know click, I'm going to use after delay for this. So for the after delay, go to our prototype like we all know, then connect this with this. So instead of on click, I'm going to make this, instead of on click, I'm going to make it after delay. So after delay, how many seconds? let's say 1 seconds. Then I want it to change to this, then instant. Okay, let's make the interaction smart animate. Let's make it smart animate. Then let's say it's out or gentle. Okay, let's try it's out. Let's try it's out. So let's do the same thing for this. After delay, 1 second is out. So firstly, let's see if this will work. So like we know, you draw your frame. Let me just draw a random frame. You draw your frame. You come here to pick the defaults. Make sure you are checking your layers panel, the defaults. You bring that here. Then let's preview. If the okay, cool. All right. So this how it works. Okay, let's continue with the prototype. After delay. 1 second is out. After delay. 1 second is out. All right, so let's prototype now. Let's preview now. Cool. All right, so did you all see that?
Yes.
Did we all see that?
Yes.
JT Urban, Olishola, you guys here? JT and Olushola, okay. JT, do you understand? Do you have any question on that before we move to our landing page? Is there any question? Any addition, any subtraction, anything? Okay, cool. I think since there's none, we can move on to our landing page. All right, so now we've done we've designed a radio button, and we already learned how to do prototype. We've designed a radio button, a toggle button, checkbox, and slider, a progress bar. So now moving to our landing page. Now, can someone remind me what frame do we pick when we want to design a website? JT, which frame do we pick when we want to design a website? I'm waiting for you. Which frame do we pick when we want to design a website? I know you
Frame
can hear
7.
me. Eh? Frame what?
Frame 7, ma.
Frame 7. I don't understand. I mean, which frame do we pick when we want to design a website? Okay, Olushola, yes, thank you. I said we pick desktop. When we want to design a website, we pick desktop. So now let's go and pick our frame. Start designing. Let's just start with, let's say an e-learning. Oh, okay, let me see. Does anyone have any products in mind that you want us to design a website for? If you guys did not talk, I'm going to choose myself. Anyone? Any products in mind?
Probably a site where they whereby they like boost social media accounts.
A social media account website. I don't understand. What I mean by products is that you can choose maybe e-learning, you can choose food websites, you can choose tourist websites, you can choose traveling websites, choose e-commerce. That's kind of the one I'm saying. I don't know the one that you're saying boost social media.
Like a shop where there are shoes and clothes or boutique stuff like that.
And that's e-commerce website.
E-commerce websites.
That's what it's trying to say, because e-commerce is where you sell goods like wears, shoe, bags, and the likes.
Okay. Oh, okay. E-commerce. All right. So, Olushola, are you in with that? Do you agree with that? Same with Mojola. Do you agree with that?
Yes. No.
Okay. So, okay, let's get right to it then. All right. So, in UI design, yesterday I mentioned this. For you to start designing your website, you need to find templates. You need to find template. Then from templates, you come up with what you like. You come up with your own idea from. You can find like 4 or 5 templates to come up with your own idea. So let's quickly look for templates. Let me quickly look for some. Then I'll paste on the group. I'll paste on the playground, and we can work with that. So there are ways by which you can look for templates. Like I said, you can go to explore. You can go to Figma community and look for templates. You can go to Google. Just go to Google and search for e-commerce websites. So let me look for some over here. So let me just look for some. All right, so let's see. Okay, let me pick this. I'm just going to look for something. I'm going to look for something simple. We all know what landing page is. Hello. Mojo is JT.
Yes, yes, I know.
Olushola, do you? because if you don't, you will say you don't. All right, so let's pick that. Let's pick this as well.
And please, you are not seeing the community where you are taking the samples from. You only see the
No, I'm
database.
just, it's just on Google. Okay, let me share the tab. I'm just going to Google and selecting random e-commerce websites. I want to pick something entirely different from this. So this. Okay, so we have 3 templates now that we are going to work with. Okay. I want to start designing your. It is very important for your layout so that you have a landing page. You have like a landing page that is well aligned, both the margin and the padding, they are all the same thing, they're well aligned. So for grid system in for websites, for a desktop frame, we use, okay, so to go to JT, all right, do you have anything?
Yes, ma. Please, I'm trying to see like, because where I am, the network is not naturally stable, not that stable like that. So I just feel like if there is a idea on how to download all these images after they are being uploaded to our drive, to our Gmail, if they're not sure to be able to download it, so like downloadable files, it will be better, ma.
Okay, so in case you want to copy it from us, is that what you're trying to say?
No, ma. Like now, after this class, now you send the recorded class to us.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to, after we receive the recorded class, is there a way that we can actually save it on our device, probably on our system, on our PC or our phone?
It will only be on your drive, your Google Drive. It will always be on your Google Drive.
Playground.
Because like now, I was not around for that yesterday class.
That where you can get the images from. Hello?
Yes, ma'am,
Can
I'm
you
with
hear
you, ma'am.
me? All right, I'm trying to say that, do you need where you can get the images that I used? Are you want where I can get it from, or like you don't understand
No,
how you can get the
not
images so that you work with yours?
not that, ma, not that, ma. After you have sent the recorded class to us, like instead of like, okay,
Yes.
for me now that did not go, I had not come to yesterday's class because of network issue. So now, if I want to go and watch that
Mm-hmm.
yesterday video, I have to like watch it online. So I'm not trying to say, is there a way we can actually download it, like download it to our device or PC, so we can be able to watch offline?
Okay.
Yes. Just go to your Google Drive. Under it, click on the 3 dots. You will see available online. Click on the available online, offline rather. You're able to download it and you're able to see it on your offline page on your Google Drive.
Okay. So I think that solves your question, right? That answers your question, rather. All right. So now let's get right to the designing. So like I was saying, we have grid system. You have to add your grid system to for your alignments. So to add your grid system, you come to your properties panel here and click on layout grid. Here, you click on layout grid, then you click on the grid settings, the layout grid settings, and change this grid to column. You change this grid to column. So now here we have different grid settings for different frames. For desktop, we have like 12 columns and 100 to 120 margin. It depends on everyone's design system. Some may decide to use 8C margin, some may decide to use, but the highest is 120. 10, some may decide to use 90. It depends on your own design system. It depends on what works for you. So, but for me, I use 12 columns and 100 to 120, possibly 100 margin. So for tablets, when you're talking about responsiveness, we have the screen for websites, that is the laptop screen and desktop screen. We have the screen for tablets, and we have the screen for tablets, and we have the screen for mobile phones. So for mobile phones, for tablets, we use for tablets, sorry for that. For tablets, we use um um 8 columns. Sorry, I said 8 columns, 9 columns rather. For tablets, we use 9 columns and 60 to 80 margin. Same for mobile. Sorry, not same for mobile. Mobile, you can use a 6, or you can use 4. It's like I said, it depends on what you want. It depends on your own design system. So, but for this desktop, we are going to be using 12 columns. So yeah, where we change the columns is this count, like this, the number of columns. We change it to 12, and the margin is going to be 100. So the margin is the distance between ear and ear, left margin and your right margin. And the gutter, we are going to leave the gutter. The gutter is between this and this. So let's just leave the gutter. This works fine for me. Then you can change the colors here to whatever color you wish to adapt to it. All right. So now we have like a website or a layout grid, a grid to follow when we want to design our websites. So the next thing we have to do now is, a landing page is divided into different sections. We have the header section, we have the hero section, we have the about us section. It depends on the features that is in your website. We have the about us, we have the services, the features, the testimonial section, the footer section, and all. So now we are going to start with the header section. Now for the header consists of majorly 3 things. Header consists of the logo, the nav bars, and the call to action buttons. But some people may decide to add, let's say, the search the search field. Some may decide to add icons. So like I said, it depends on what you're designing. So, but majorly, what should always be in your nav bar, what should always be in your navbar that are very sorry, I said navbar, header, that are very essential is your logo, your navbars, and your call to action button. So the others, they are just, you can decide to add them or not, but those 3 things, they are very important. So now to design our header, like I said, we have different sessions. And you notice, if you've noticed in a website, you will notice that the nav bar is always fixed. When you're scrolling up, the nav bar is always fixed. It doesn't move with the other elements. It's always fixed. So now what we do for that is to create, the first thing we're going to do is to draw a rectangle, which should be like the background. So let's draw a rectangle. So this will serve as the background of your nav bar. This is not in my frame. It's not in the frame. Good. Yes, so this is serve as a background for our nav bar. Okay, let me change the background of this to something like off-white. And let me change this to white. All right. So I think this is visible enough, right? Is it?
Yes.
All right. So the next thing that we have to do now is to create our logo. So let me just go online and search for any random logo. Just type e-commerce logo. Let me just look for random logo. Okay. All right, so I saw one. Okay, let me reduce this. Reduce. Then come here to crop. Crop it out. Mind you, whenever you are increasing your images, always hold your shift so that your image is not going to look distorted. So now we have our logo now. You can see here that our logo has a background, and we don't want that. So there's a plugin that you can use to remove background. So like we all know, go to our plugins. So by the end of today's class, I'm going to give you the list of plugins that we use for different elements in Figma. So I'm just going to type remove background. So yeah, this I use this icons aids background remover because it's very straightforward. So just click on icons aids background remover, click on it, and it's just click on remove background. So this is like very easy. It's very easy. I recommend this. It's so easy to use. So let's wait for this to load. Make sure that what you want to remove, you are clicking on it. Make sure you are clicking on the element that you want to remove the background. So let's work with this. So now you can see here that I'm starting my design from this margin here, from the start of this grid. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
All right, so you can see that I'm starting I'm starting my design here because this is why we did
I think
alignment.
Olushola asked question in DM.
Okay. Let me check. This doesn't need API. I think it's developers that work with API now. Sorry, API in what sense? Please, can you expatiate on that? Elisha, allow me to yourself and talk about on that.
Vanguard Nova I'm using for API. So I'm asking does this one need API key or not? I'm using
I
that
don't
big
understand.
I'm using
Sorry,
that
come
big
again.
background remover. Can you hear me?
The background remover.
I'm using that big background remover that has BG logo. That's the one I'm using. And that's the one I'm using.
This one. No, it doesn't. Okay,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not.
Okay, I
It's not
understand.
here.
It doesn't. I get what you're trying to say now. It doesn't. So just click on it and click on remove background.
So what's the name again?
Icons 8 background remover. You can see here, icons 8 background remover. So you can see that whatever I start So whatever elements I'm starting, whatever thing I'm starting, I have to make sure that I'm starting from this grid. So now the next thing, now we have our logo here. Let me rename this to logo. So we have our logo here. Now, the next thing is to create our nav bar. So I'm just going to pick text. Normally, we have home on our nav bars. We have home. So what else do they have here? Let's look at our templates. Shop, products, pages, shop pages. Okay. All right, so let's just use home. All right, so let's use the fonts Poppins. Let's use Poppins. So home, products, shop, contacts, us. Okay, so I think that is okay. I think this is fine. We can work with this. So yes, now I want to introduce you guys to what we call auto layout. Now, sorry, can you guys see me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So now I want to introduce you guys to what we call auto layout. So auto layout is the property in Figma. It allows us to it's majorly used for grouping things together, but it has a difference. It has more advantage than using Ctrl G, like grouping. So it allows like our components or maybe the design elements you're adding. It allows it to like shrink to a. It allows it to shrink to a the size that we want it to be. Like it shrinks, you can maybe you're trying to add any changes or you're trying to move. No, auto layout is just like, I don't know how to put this, but it allows us to like create a design or an element that allows us to accommodate a particular text field. Let me use that. Or maybe you are trying to add two design elements together. It makes everything well structured, like it aligns it. It's either if you want it to be in the center, it is very, very accurate. If you want it to be like left aligned, right aligned, it is very, very accurate. So let me just create like an example so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So for example, now let me add auto layouts to this nav bars. So I'm going to highlight everything, and the shortcut for adding auto layouts is Shift A. That's the shortcut for adding auto layout, Shift A. So when we click on Shift A, we see a settings that pop up here. Auto layouts, we see a settings that pop up here. Now, what I'm trying to say for auto layouts is that auto layout helps your design, like it makes it well aligned. It doesn't scatter your design. For example, now when we added auto layouts to this, it gives each text, it gives it like a definite distance. It gives it a definite distance, which grouping does not do. It gives it a definite distance. Looking at this, you can see we have 54 here, 54 here, 54 here. And to increase it, when we are trying to like increase one, it works for everything. You can see now, it works for everything. Then maybe we want to make it vertical instead of horizontal. If you click here, perfect. It's going to like shrink to whatever size that we want it to be. Then horizontal, perfect. Then maybe we want it to be left aligned. This is left aligned. We want it to be the center. We want it to be right aligned, up, bottom, and all. So, but majorly it is best to use centered. In case like this, it is best to use center so that all these elements they are going to be in the center. So now also you can increase the padding, that is the top part. You can increase the padding here. You can increase the margin as well. You can increase this. You can see that as I'm increasing, it's applicable to everything. It's working with everything. So that is how auto layout works. Any question? All right. So now we added auto layout to this, and I'm going to give this a distance of, let's say, 50. Cool. So we have our nav bar here. Then the next thing is to add our button, our call to action button. So you pick up our frame, you draw a button. So make this like 50. Make those, let's say, 150. Increase a bit. Yeah, 250. Okay, cool. So let's pick an e-commerce. Sorry. Let's pick this orange color on the logo. I think I love the orange color. So let's pick that and work with our corner radius depending on the kind of button that you want. So I'm just going to make it like mild, something very simple. Then this can be sign or register. Let's make this register. Now for this, which color will I use? Will I leave this my text field? Will I leave it black like this?
No.
Using white.
Use white because in design we don't use dark color on dark colors. We use light color on dark colors and dark colors on light colors. So we are going to change this to white and add auto layouts to this. So I'm going to be using auto layouts now. Click the tool and add auto layouts.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
I think from my own point of view, I think we can use that test step to create a button by using auto layout without putting a rectangle. You understand
We
what I'm
can
saying?
use what? Sorry, I
The
didn't hear you.
test. So continue.
No, talk. See what you want to say now.
Like instead of us creating rectangle before put test and everything, you can just write out the test and put it like auto layout with padding and everything. You can use that
Yes,
test to
we can.
create the button
Yes, we
itself. That's
can.
what I'm saying.
Yes, we can. So this
To
is
make
what
it
it's
more
trying to
faster.
say. We can do it like this and add auto layouts like this. Then just change the color of this to this. I'm sorry. You add your fill, remember, add your fill. Then change this to this. So this is what it's trying to say, right? Is that what you're trying to say? All right. So I'm just using this as an example so that you guys will understand. We've been using this method since when I've been teaching, because I don't want it to be like confusing at some point. That's why I'm trying to use a simple um style. So now add auto layout to this tool. Then you can see that it is well structured now. Then also now I want us to add like icons, like a search icon. Normally in an e-commerce you have so many information, so you have to add like a search icon. So let's add a search icon. Let's go to our iconify, then click on add to cart. JT, oh, are you still here? JT, are you still here? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. See here.
All right. Okay, so let's just add our icon here. Then duplicate this to impute to work on the search. Then just pick any of the search buttons and replace. This is another very nice feature of Iconify. You can replace your icons. All right, so let's try and create a chat. Let's try and draw a search bar here. So what we do for search bar, we all know how search bar looks like. I'm just going to make mine very small. I'm going to make it very small. Then work on the corner radius. So instead of fill, I'm going to use stroke. So I input my search button here. Then I work on the color. Increase the bits. Okay, let's visible a bit. Then search. Make this very small. Pick this color. And I add a layer to this too. Then add a layer to this as well. And increase this. Alright, so let me bring this here. So same height, not same height, 50. This is started. 34. Bring here. All right. So these are the elements that we want to be in our should we make this orange? No, just leave it at black. Okay, so these are the elements that we want it to be in our navbar. So now this another thing here is to arrange. Another thing is arrangement. So like we all know, the distance between everything cannot be the same. The distance between this, between this, between this, between this, between this, they cannot be the same thing. They cannot be the same. So what we are going to do is to start aligning or start grouping them one by one. So what we do now is to group this, pick this three and click on Shift A, make it in the center. Then we can now group, we can now make this, this, and this. We can make it the same distance. Do you see what I just did now? Do you understand what I just did now, rather?
No, please recap.
All right. So what I said is that the distance between all these elements one by one now, they cannot be the same thing. That is, we make this, we click this, this. You see, it doesn't make sense like this. It doesn't make sense like this. It cannot be the same thing. So the first thing that we have to do is to start grouping them one by one. So for this, for example, we can pick this and this. We can decide to make it like one entity, add auto layouts. Then we now pick this as an entity. We pick this, we pick this, we pick this, and add auto layouts. We can do it like this. This is another way. And the first one I did, that is, I made all this three, I made it an entity, auto layouts. Then I pick this entity as one, pick this nav bar and this, and add auto layouts. This is another way which we can do it. Do you get what I'm trying to say now?
Yes.
Olushola, do you get it? Do you get it? All right. Okay. So now we have our navbar now. We have our header rather. I think this is out of the grid already. So let's bring this back in. You can see the way I'm zooming into the alignments because I want to work according to the alignments. I don't want to do things outside this. Good. Can you see this alignment? Can you see these red dots? This shows that I'm within the grid. I'm not outside the grid. Can you see the red dots? The red lines rather. So that shows that I am within the grid. I've not gone outside my alignment. I'm still like well aligned. So now the next thing to do now, we have our header. Then we just add auto layouts to the background to make it one entity. So this is like one entity now. This is our our header. So bring it back in. And we rename this as header. Okay, so now we have our header. The next thing is to design our hero section. Like I told you that for each section, we have a background for it. For each section, we have a background for it. Now, for this hero section now, which one should we pick? Should we pick this, the, let's see. Hmm. Okay. So now let's create a background for our hero section. I'll pick my rectangle, not inside the frame, outside the frame. Cool. So I'm going to pick my rectangle. Okay, let's make this our primary color. Okay, let's reduce the opacity. No. Let's continue working with this. Let's see if it will work or not. Oh, I think it's too bright. Okay, I think this works. All right, so the next thing we want to do, this is our background, our hero section background. Then the next thing to do is to input our hero section. Okay, let's input our picture first. Let's input our picture first. Close this. Now, the plugin that we use for pictures, we have Freepik, we have Unsplash, we have different plugins. You can just go to Google, just type plugins for pictures for images on Figma. So for me, I use Freepik. Freepik. We use Material Designs. We have different plugins for images. So let's check Freepik and just type what you want to look for, fashion. All right, so let's click on fashion. I think this is cool. We just have to remove the background. I think it works with this orange, this background. So just click on whatever picture you want and automatically you get it in your playground. So you can see this automatically you get it in your playground. So the next thing we are going to do now is to remove the background for this one. Remove background. Let's hope it doesn't disfigure the picture. It's a bit fast. I want to design a new section to finish designing this section. What's that name? Sorry, I guess this is my network. But let's just keep people to work. And if it doesn't, we'll look for another image. Um, Mind you, the image you pick for each section is very, very important. You have to make sure that you're checking, you're picking image that we go in line with what you want to pick. So let's see this if this will work. So it's just going to replace. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Feel. And you crop. Please hope you guys are still seeing what I'm doing. Hope you guys can still see what I'm doing. Wow, image is so large. Wow. Just wow. Okay, so with this, so that we won't waste our time, let's just work with this background so that it's going to align with this, even though it still doesn't align. This is why you have to like be patient. Just imagine this now. So let's look for another image. Okay. Let's keep scrolling, 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 scrolling. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, I think this is going to take time. So let's just change our templates. Let's work with this one. Let's work with this particular one since this is going to take time looking for images. So I think I saw a perfect fit for this. Let's pick this. I don't know why the network is, or why this is not even working today. All right, so let's pick this. So for this, I'm just going to add a background. Let's reduce the opacity for this 60%. Okay. Okay, let's work with this. All right, so what I just did there was to input our picture as our background, use the picture as our background. Then I just reduced the opacity to 50% here, and I added this background. You can see without the background, just to add like a dark background to it. So do you get that? Do you guys get that? Ah, hello. Am I still here? JT, Olushola, MJ. Am I still audible?
Yes, I hear you.
Uh, okay. Is there any question? JT, what is the problem?
Ma, please, like, can you like please play this side where you insert the image?
What I just did is to draw a rectangle, then come to my plugin here and click on any picture. It's going to fit in into the rectangle, into the shape that you drew, you insert. That's just it. There's no big deal about that. Just draw your shape. Click on, go to your plugin, draw your shape. Let me make an example now. Just draw your rectangle and pick any picture. Make sure you are clicking on the rectangle, then pick any picture. So it's going to immediately form insert into the shape. You can see that. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. Have I answered your question? Jesse, have I answered your question? You have to be fast though. We have limited time already. All right. So now the next thing is to input our write-up, to put our write-up. So what should we put here? Let's just look for a random write-up here. Limited time only. Okay, Lishola, you have a question? Or do you have something to say?
I think we can have
Hmm?
like overlay on the rectangle to make it more like to make it more darker. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It looks lighter
Overlay.
like that. Maybe we can just have an overlay on it and reduce the opacity. Let's check the template.
The templates.
No,
Which one?
yeah, the
Are you
second one.
talking about this?
Yeah. This one, yes.
Okay, you are saying that we should make it more darker. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
follow this step.
So I want us to input the text first so that we are going to see if we have to make it darker or not. So that's what I was planning to do. To input the text first to see if it's going to work with it or we still have to like make the background more darker. All right, so let's just pick a text here. Let's just pick this. Enjoy this winter trend. Enjoy this winter trend. Oh, sorry, it's trend. Then now here we are going to add we are going to make use of our principle of hierarchy here. You can see that this is the hero section write up. So we have to make this headline big. We have to make the headline big. I want this to be white. So that means I think we have to work towards okay, it's not bad. Okay. So enjoy this winter trend. So let's have a subheading. Let's look for a subheading here. Discover new collections. Look for your best on your best day. Discover new collections. Your best day. So I'm going to reduce this text size. Let's do 32. Okay, 24. Okay. Then bring in our call to action button. I just need to bring them, just copy this, duplicate this. Bring to front and make this. So I'm just trying to design something very simple. Stop now. So for this, let's make it 2 buttons. So the second button, like we all know, won't be fill, it's going to be stroke. So it's going to maintain this color, and the text as well will be this color. Okay. So we can say, yeah, view, we can make this view categories. Okay, so we have our 2 buttons here. So this is fighting for visibility. This is fighting for visibility. Should be other stroke. Okay, I think this is more better now. All right. So now we have this. We have our headline. We have our sub headline. Let's make this medium. We have our sub headline and we have our call to action buttons on our hero section page. Does anyone have a question with this before I move on to the arrangements? Does anyone have a question on this? All right. So now we have to start with our arrangements now. The way we did for this, our header here. The first thing is to pick these two. They are elements with similar informations. They are first thing. You may put it in the center, make it centered. Then pick those two as well. They are one entity. This is the headline and this is the sub headline. You pick those two as well. You make this, let's say, let me see my line okay. My line okay. So for this, we can increase the letter spacing, like let's make it 3. Yes, let's make this 3. Good. All right, so this is one entity and this is one entity. I want to make this right up more. Let's say discover our new latest collection. Let's essentialize. Just display photo. Mhm. Okay. So now the next thing that we are going to do here is to auto layout this together. Auto layouts, make this like 40. Beautiful. Then make sure it's in the middle. Beautiful. Nice. Then the next thing is to pick this and add auto layout. So for here we have our heroes section. Who is lost? Who is lost? Who is to be found? Found, or is everybody on the right path? You guys should talk now. JT, Mojola, Olushola. So what are you saying? What did you say?
I said I understand.
Okay. JT, what about you? Olushola, JT.
Actually, let me just say, just 40%. But after the class, I'll just go and watch the recorded class again and try to replicate something like this.
All right, that will be better. That will be cool. That will be better. Okay, Olushola, what about you? Okay, you can speak. Okay, you understand. All right. So I think with this, we can say, let's preview it. Yes, let's preview. Let's present. Assuming we came on time now. Okay. So this is how it looks like. Can you all see this?
Yes.
So assuming you guys we started this class on time, would have gone further. But since we didn't start on time, I think this is where we have to stop for today. So I'm going to drop a YouTube video link on WhatsApp. So that video link talks about how to design a landing page. It's like a 45 minutes video. It talks about how to design a full landing page. It's an NFT page. So please and please, I want us to try that. Please, you guys should watch the video. It is very explanatory, very, very explanatory. So just watch the video, try and design something, come up with something. Please, I'm begging. Who promised to give me? Who promised to do Israel? All right. So please and please, let's try and come up with Olishola. Do you promise to do the assignments?
What's that? What's that?
Ah. All right. So I said that I'm going to drop a YouTube video, a YouTube link on WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp group. It's a 45 minutes video. It's a video on how to design a landing page. So it's an NFT landing page. Actually, it is very, very simple. I'm going to drop the YouTube video, and I'm going to drop the Figma link where you can get the resources to use for the video. So I'll be expecting that on Saturday. That's why I'm asking that. Do you promise to do the assignments? All right. Mojola, what about you?
Yes, I will.
All right. So thank you guys for today. Thank you guys for today's class. Please, I want to beseech you once again. Let's come on time. Let's come on time. Assuming we came on time today, would have gone very far, would have gone far than this. Please, let's come on time. So by next week Saturday, we'll be seeing we're going to be reviewing the oh, my portfolio link. Yeah, I'm going to send it to the WhatsApp group. And mind you, I've not uploaded on my portfolio link for a while, but you shall still see some things that I uploaded. All right, so I'll drop it on the WhatsApp group now. I'll drop it alongside with the YouTube video. So you guys should let's come early next week Saturday, and let's come into our assignments. Please, please, and please, and please, and please. So see you guys next week Saturday. Okay, sorry, this week Saturday. New week has started. This week Saturday. So I wish you guys a wonderful week ahead, a blessed week ahead.
So, ma,
See you guys on
excuse me, ma.
Saturday.
I don't go
Yes.
yet. Hey, like the landing page you are going to send for us, like, is the link like to create the landing page also going to be available in the video?
No, you're going to work on your playground.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
You're going to design it on your playground. Just work, just do the steps. Just follow the steps it took. So it's very, very explanatory. The video is very explanatory. All right, so you guys, I'll see you guys next week. I'm sorry, this week Saturday. All right. Goodbye, everyone.